What's up guys, Ravi here. Today we are going to talk about factory jobs in Canada. So most students start here with doing jobs in factories, especially boys. Because there is some physical work required in factory jobs, so girls don't really prefer it. Some factories require very high amount of lifting work, like they need someone who could lift 50 lbs. But there are other factories where you don't need to have high physical strength. For example, juice factory, packing factory, bakery, etc. I have worked in a beer factory, juice factory, packing factory and bakery. And frankly speaking, beer factory was the hardest. The work there was so fast paced that it was very difficult to keep up speed for 8 continuous hours. Plus, the work there was like a carton of beer would come on a conveyor and you have to take 4 bottles at one time from that carton. So like 2 bottles in one hand and 2 bottles in another and put it in a box which is also moving on a conveyor belt at very high speed. And you just have 3 to 4 seconds of doing it. So you have to like lift beer bottles from here and put it here. Lift, put, lift, put, lift, put. But the speed of the conveyor is so fast that it becomes ridiculously difficult to keep yourself up in sync. And if you miss a package or a bottle, you will have to hear someone shouting because he also loses his control with the speed. Also, you might have to do same thing with cans of cold drinks. I even got injured on one day because of the caps of the beer bottle, but somehow I finished my shift. I was lifting the bottles continuously and I got scratches from the caps of the bottle. There is a popular saying among students here that if you can work in a beer factory, you will be fine working anywhere else in Canada. Trust me guys, beer factory is believed to be the hardest. But you get paid for and that's what you care, especially during students' life. Now the other factories I was talking about was juice factory, packing factory and bakery. The work in this type of factory is usually easy, but the thing is it's a continuous work for 8 hours. So you do feel tiredness mentally if not physically. But you do get 15 minutes and 1/2 hour break. The thing is work is very continuous and you will have to do same task for 8 continuous hours. My work at juice factory was to put empty bottles on a conveyor or to make the bottles parallel which are coming out of the filling machine. Then you might even be expected to do some kind of sweeping or cleaning the floor. I was doing 12-hour shift and I got paid like $125 for one shift. Let's talk about packing factory now. I loved working at packing factory. It was a warehouse of auto parts. There were different kinds of brake shoes of car and all I have to do was to pick certain packet of brake, find disc which has the same model number and put all in a box. Then pack it with tapes and all, and based on the shipper like FedEx or UPS, we have to put it on crate. My supervisor was very good at that factory. She was from West Indies. One day our whole 8-hour shift got cancelled. So she paid us even we did nothing. She paid us for full 8 hours. I mean, imagine who would do that. She was a cricket fan and we even sometimes talked about cricket like Brian Lara, Chris Gayle, IPL, Kiran Pollard and stuff like that. Working at that factory was really good. We were getting enough lunch and rest breaks and we could take breaks at our own convenience. Yeah, working there was very good and there was no stress at all. I have also been to a bakery. Work there was very easy. I just had to remove the baked bread from the container and put it on trays. But there was bread and bread everywhere. And at the end of the shift, they allowed us to take any packet of bread to home for free. Working there was not much of stress. Now, how do you get these factory jobs? So there are different employment agencies and you just have to go there and register yourself. And they will call you whenever they need a person. One thing to keep in mind is they only call people for shift who are regular. Registration doesn't guarantee that they will give you shift. One really good thing about factory jobs is it gives you flexibility. Suppose you have too many assignments this week and you don't want to go to work this week. Then you can just say no to them and tell them that you are not available. And from next week you can start working again. You don't get this kind of flexibility if you are working in a food court or gas station or etc. There you will have to inform them in a week or 2 in advance that you won't be available from next week or so and so. One good question I would like to answer is, can girls work in factories? So yes, there are girls who work in factories. Well, not in beer factory or juice factory, but yes, in packing factory and bakery you do find girls. Because the work there is not much physical, so girls can easily manage. Let us now talk about how they pay you. Suppose you do shift this week. So you can just go to the agency next week and you can get your check for the number of hours you have worked. Some agencies give payments in the next week while some take 2 weeks. One last thing is you must have safety shoes if you want to work in factories. So if you are planning to work in factories in the initial days after you land in Canada, make sure you get good safety shoes. That would be really good investment because getting a factory job is the easiest one can get after coming here. You can get cheapest shoes for like $40-50 and then the range increases to $70 and even $100. But I would advise to go for the one for like $50 because you will work part-time and unless very high lifting is required, there is no need to buy very high quality branded safety shoes. I have put some links in the description for your reference if you want to buy shoes. So yeah, that's all for today guys. If you are finding my videos useful, make sure to give thumbs up and subscribe for future updates. And if you have any doubts related to studies here or life here, you can message me on any of my social media links. My links are given in the description. And yeah, feel free to contact me and I will try my best to answer each of your queries. Till then, goodbye, take care, have fun, keep enjoying. Bye bye.